When I ask you how you first heard of Marvel Rivals, no, I'm just playing. I just got done delivering a plus-sized loaf from my Bungus into my golden porcelain, and that made me think, which Marvel Rivals hero has the best looking ass cheeks? I've seen all these tier lists ranking the heroes based on gameplay, but that shit's not important. This is the only Marvel Rivals tier list that truly matters. Now there's a total of 33 heroes in this beautiful Overwatch knockoff of a game, so I ain't gonna waste any more time. First up we got Adam Warlock, and I'd like to preface this real quick. I don't know shit about Marvel, so if I end up mispronouncing some of these bitches' names, forgive me. Now this dude's got a cape on, but if you look at it at the right angle, you can still get a pretty good glimpse of his gooch cheeks. But unfortunately, just like the majority of the dudes in this game for some reason, there really just isn't much there. I will say he does have some fantastic hair though, and I have no idea who this character is. I've never seen him one time in any movie or show ever, but he's not that bad. Even though the cheeks aren't that massive, I still think he's worthy of a solid C tier. Next up is Black Panther. Now real quick, allow me to pay my respects for this beautiful man named Chadwick Boseman. Phenomenal actor, and the way he passed is quite unfortunate. But talking about his character in Marvel Rivals, he's got a fucking dumpy, but only in this one picture. I don't know where this picture came from. I'm thinking it's Photoshop because I got it off of Reddit, and everybody on that site's never seen a real pair of ass cheeks in their life, other than the ones they crawled out of. So when you actually look at him in the game, it's vastly different in a negative way. Why would they do my boy like this? He's got absolutely fucking nothing to back that ass up. This is truly depressing. I'm gonna have to give the Black Panther a D tier. Next up is the Black Widow. Now Widow was one of the first characters I played in this game, and when I first hopped on this shit, I wasn't very confident that I would actually enjoy the game. I just thought it was gonna be a shitty Overwatch knockoff, but when I first laid eyes on Black Widow, I quickly understood that I would be re-queuing into another game after this first one, because golly oh goodness, do these developers know what the fuck they're doing when they design characters. They know what the competition is, and they're out for fucking Bungus blood. So I reckon Black Widow earned herself a solid S tier and is the first participant in here. Next up we got Captain America. Now I couldn't actually find a picture of his ass in the actual video game, so when I looked up Captain America ass cheeks, this is what popped up, so just ignore that. I don't know what the fucking context of this is, but when you look at Cap in game, he's dead ass cooking up a bakery. Like, he may be the most mid superhero in all of film history, because all this man does is just have a fucking shield, which the writers noticed and then gave him the ability to pick up Thor's hammer to make him a little bit more interesting. But luckily we're not ranking him on his superhero abilities. Captain America definitely earns himself a solid A tier in the ass tier list. Next up we got Cloak and Dagger. Now I've never heard of this character before, and I was a little bit confused why there was an and in her name, but then I quickly realized after pressing that one ability button that there's actually two of these bitches. So I guess we'll just start off with the elephant in the room, Dagger. I was pleasantly surprised when I equipped this character and saw this Elsa from Frozen looking ass blonde equipped with some massive bungle cheeks. I don't give a fuck if it looks like she has severe scoliosis, because I'm sure if she stood straight up and didn't bend her spine at a 90-degree angle, then her ass would be quite flat. But I'm just looking at what's presented by the game developers. You can't fault me for that. So I'm gonna give Dagger an S tier. Cloak, on the other hand, doesn't even have ass cheeks. This dude's got the build of the Flying Dutchman, and ever since I laid eyes on the Flying Dutchman, I've always wondered how the fuck he takes his shit. Because if you don't have ass cheeks, how are you gonna release your bungle build up? Like, his defecation must just fall out of his body. So yeah, Cloak gets F tier easy. Next up is Doctor Strange. Now I'm actually quite disappointed about this one. I swear this man was thicker in the movies. They did my boy Benedict Cumberbatch wrong, man. That's still the fucking best name in acting history. You could easily mistake this guy's ass just to be a part of his legs. That's how fucking flat it is. There's not even a tiny ass lump where his ass should be. It's honestly depressing. Let's put him in F. Next up we got Groot. Now again, I couldn't find a picture of him, so you're just gonna have to deal with this phenomenal meme. And I don't know why they couldn't design Groot off of this tree here. Instead they gave him negative ass. Like, his ass goes inwards. But that's fine with me, because I didn't really feel like talking good about him anyways. Because every single time I go against a Groot in this game, I get fucking molested. He just slams his big hard tree body all over me. So yeah, Bubba, you get F tier. Next up is Hawkeye. Now this is the first character I played in this game when I first logged on, and for that I'm gonna give Hawkeye a C tier, because I may be a little biased here. He doesn't really have any cheeks, but he also doesn't have as bad as cheeks as like Black Panther, for example. I feel like his heavy pants are weighing down his cake. Like, if you give this guy a spandex or a speedo or something, I think he could definitely shoot up a couple inches up to A tier. You know what else is gonna shoot up a couple inches? Next up is Hela, or Hela, or Hela. whatever the fuck. Now, after playing a handful of the characters on stream the other night, I can confidently say this is probably the most fun character I've played yet, because she is just retardedly overpowered. In terms of the power of the ass cheeks though, I was debating putting her in S, but I don't think she's as good as Black Widow or Dagger, for example. So I'm sadly gonna have to put her up here by Captain America in A tier. Although I will say, maybe give her some different pants to where there's not a bunch of things like impeding off of her, and then I'll change my mind. Next up is Hulk. Now in terms of regular Bruce, he's just got your ordinary 9 to 5 working bungus. He's got nothing special. He's got the ass of your average 40-year-old math teacher. Ain't nobody looking at that shit besides your 60-year-old grandma. But when he starts to see red and gets a little angry and transforms into the Avengers version of Sam Sulek, I'd say he shoots up to A tier. Cause although the shape may not be preferable, the size is what really sells it for me. I mean, just go ask half of American men. I guarantee at least 50% of the population will say size is better than shape, which I don't personally agree with, but it's a very common thing. Who would have thought that steroids are like an instant BBL? Next up is Iron Fist. Now when I first started playing this game and I was getting fisted by this fucker, I low-key thought he was Mark from Invincible. They look eerily similar. And although there's a lot of simps for Mark, I don't think the majority of people are talking about his ass cheeks. He doesn't really have much. So I would say he was C tier, but I don't want to put him next to Hawkeye, so I'm just going to give him D tier next to Black Panther. Next up is Iron Man. Now we're not going to be talking about Tony Stark, unfortunately. We're only going to be talking about the suit itself. And you would think that since Mr. Stark is a billionaire genius, he would have given his absolute gyat more room in the suit by expanding it a little bit more. But for some reason he just didn't do that, and instead gave the suit this mid-ass ass. Mid-ass ass. Phenomenal commentary. But yeah, I'm going to put his mid-ass ass in C tier, especially since it's strictly made out of metal. Next up is Jeff the Land Shark. I can't even make a joke about this, man. I gotta give him F tier. This is the Hammond of Marvel Rivals. You know what? Now that I'm making that comparison, I would take Jeff over that disgusting rodent any day. There's nothing about his shark bussy that I'm interested in, so I'm just gonna leave him where he's at. Next up is Loki, and Loki's ass is kinda low-key, because you can't really see it that well because he covers it like a nun. He's got that goddamn cape on, but if you get the angle just right, you can see that bro's packing a Burger King Whopper as a bungus. So yeah, I'm low-key gonna give my boy Loki a solid B tier, our first B tier recipient. Next up is Luna Snow. Now Snow is the Kiriko of this game. She is the perfect example of shape over size. If you ever ask somebody that's played Luna Snow before if they've looked at her ass cheeks and they say no, they're straight up lying to your ass. Because the developers are practically begging you to look at them with the way they designed them bitches. I feel like those type of shorts she's wearing are kind of just a cheat code. Because you could have absolutely no ass and put on those shorts and you're going to be packing a doozy of some doonies. So yeah, Luna Snow definitely gets S tier. Next up is Magik. Now I love me a blonde, right? As does every single other straight male in the universe. And I also love her outfit. I like what she's got going on. But even though the shape of the cheeks are there, the size just isn't ideal. Now believe me, she's got me beat. But I just don't think she can compete in the act of wanting me to beat my meat as the characters in S can. So I'm gonna give her an A tier. Next up is Magneto. He's pretty much just Adam Warlock, but like way older. He's got the same exact situation going on. He's got a cape that covers it. If you get the angle right, you can see it pretty well. It's not bad. It's just nothing I'm gonna drool over. I mean, not that I would drool over a man anyways. I'm not gay. I mean, as if that isn't obvious. Magneto low-key reminds me of Reinhardt from Overwatch. I feel like that's what they were going for here. He's got like the same beard and everything. Yeah, he's definitely an old fuck. But I gotta say, Rein still got him beat. I'm gonna give him a C tier. Next up is Mantis. Now, I couldn't find a way to actually see her ass cheeks in action. That was a weird-ass sentence. Because of the outfit that she's wearing, but just judging and examining the tumor-sized lump extruding from her cape, I think it's safe to assume she is at least a B tier badonkadonk. Because that's just not gonna pop out unless there's a little bit of girth in there, you know what I mean? I will say the one thing that's bugging me, get it, are those weird-ass antennas on her head. They have nothing to do with her ass cheeks. It's just like, imagine giving her bug back shots and you see that shit poking up and it tickles your gooch. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Next up is Moon Knight. Like, they're alright. Moon Knight's ass cheeks just look squished. It's very awkward looking. It's like the pants he put on are like compressing his cheeks vertically to make them squish together and like poke out. It just looks fucking weird. But compared to Reaper, which is who I think his Overwatch lookalike is, I'd say he's got Reaper beat. And I've never seen squish ass cheeks before, so it'd be a nice thing to experiment with. B tier. Next up is Namor. Now, as I was studying all the characters for this video, I realized that Namor looks almost identical to the new Hazard hero in Overwatch. Like, I'm gonna put both of these dudes side by side, and you cannot tell me these guys aren't identical twins. Just off the face, though. I mean, they both got abs, too. He's like a mix between Life Queefer and the Scottish man. And his ass is decent. I feel like his pants are kind of carrying him here. Maybe with a different pair of pants, he'd be a little bit lower, but I'm gonna put him in C tier. Next up is Peni Parker. See, I was gonna make a joke about Peni Parker pickled peppers. That may involve the word penis, but after looking at her, I'm starting to realize that she is most definitely an infant. And after a quick Google search, I can confirm that she is actually 14 years old. And also, her robot has zero ass. F tier. Next up is Psylocke. She's on the thumbnail for a very specific reason. She is the character that got you to click this video after all. Psylocke is the diva of Marvel Rival. They got pretty similar builds, a little different career paths, but I will say I'm a big fan and I'm also upset that I never heard about her before this game. Maybe I should get into Marvel movies. I think I'll start with Dark Phoenix. That sounds like a cool name. Psylocke gets easy S tier. Next up is the Punisher. No, we're not talking about John Bernthal. We're talking about this absolute brick of a man. This dude is straight up built like a brick wall, but lucky for him, brick walls get me bricked up. And his ass isn't that bad. Like, you could definitely get 4 of your friends to play patty cakes with his Punisher cakes, and that'd make for a pretty good Friday night. So I ain't gonna talk about him much longer. He gets a D tier. Next up is Rocket Raccoon. Like, what the fuck do I even say? This man's tail is bigger than his entire body. Maybe if I was a beast and liked to feast on animal cheeks, then I wouldn't give this raccoon a shitty ranking. But unfortunately, I recovered from my bestiality addiction long ago, so I'm gonna have to give him F tier. Next up is Scarlet Witch, and my googly goodness, Moira got an upgrade. Now, in terms of overall attractiveness, Scarlet Witch would definitely be in my top 3. Her jawline is the most despicable thing I've ever seen. Why is it so fucking perfect? And those eyes, bro, those eyes. Alright, bro, they're not real, relax. But we're not ranking her on attractiveness. Instead, we're ranking her on agativeness. That was fucking stupid. And you can't really see it that well, but once you lay your eyes upon them, you quickly realize that her cheeks are just as good as her attractiveness combined. So I'm gonna give her an S tier. Next up is Squirrel Girl. Oh, the people that smell like piss are gonna love this one. Now, I hope the majority of you fucks agree with this. The tail ruins it for me. If the tail wasn't there, then I could admire her hairy heirlooms for a longer period of time. But unfortunately, there's this big cock block right in the way of my eyes and her ass. Then again, she's got some def in the doink department. She's very similar to Mei from Overwatch. She's even got the same little femboy pose where she puts her knees together and shit, looking all submissive. Little do you guys know that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, I don't want to give her A tier simply because of her tail, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw her in B tier. Next up is the Amazing Spiderman. Fuck that voice line. More like the Amazing Shit Man. The developers really fucked up Spider-Man here. Dude has absolutely no cheeks whatsoever. He looks like a fucking teenage boy running around. Absolutely ridiculous. The dev who designed this man has got to get fired. Very disappointing. F tier. Next up is Starlord. I don't even think there's a single piece of skin showing from this guy's character design. Like, I don't know if there's any other skins besides the default ones right now, but you just can't see shit on this man. The Lord of Stars has very minimal mammal cheeks. If only the skin was based off of Chris Pratt's Starlord, which it might very well be, and if it was, then that's a massive fucking L, because Chris Pratt's ass is way larger than this. D tier. Next up is Storm, which I just realized is from Marvel. I've been using this skin in Fortnite for like 3 years, bro. I use this skin a lot for a very particular, large, massive, obtuse, eye candy-like reason. Storm is Sojourn from Overwatch if she were to ingest steroids into her gluteus maximus every single night for 10 years straight. How the hell does this woman have such a perfect ass? It's better than Black Widow's, it's better than Psylocke. I should have put her on the thumbnail. What am I doing? Did I ever mention how much I enjoyed this game's character design? I just wish it was more men. Storm, S tier. Next up is Thor. This section's gonna last for about 5 seconds. I don't know why the fuck they made Thor a fat old guy and they didn't design him off of the Thor from the movies, but I guess they needed to fit more heroes into the tank rule, as like 70% of the heroes currently are just DPS. So they just took his regular character design and made him wider by 50 pixels. Thor turned from a 9:16 aspect ratio to a 16:9. That's literally all the developers did to this guy. He's got boomer booty cheeks. There's no depth to him. Easy F tier. Next up is VENOM. Now, when I was streaming this the other night, I had a lot of people in my chat begging me to play this man for the sole purpose of examining his dark-skinned ass cheeks. And I will say, they are quite beautiful. I don't think they're as good as the ones in S, but he's definitely walking around with some ass that earns some well-deserved sass. And now that I'm looking at him again, I think the only reason this Gaiad is so fucking ginormous is because he doesn't have any clothes on and he's just naked. But I personally love naked men, so I'm gonna put him in A tier. Next up is Winter Soldier. Alright, say it with me. Mid. He ain't got shit on Cole Cassidy. Cole Cassidy makes me Jesse McCream my pants every time I look at his ass. Winter Soldier, on the other hand, makes me want to hit a 200 pump Ronnie McBlast. So yeah, even though your character's fun as fuck, I gotta give you a C tier. Lastly, we got Wolverine. Now think about it this way. You're never gonna play Wolverine to look at his ass cheeks. They're not nearly nice enough to grab your attention in even the slightest way. When I was thinking about making this video, I forgot Wolverine even existed. And when it came time to actually do research on this guy, I couldn't find one Reddit post, which is rare, of this video game character's ass cheeks. Not one. And that means Wolverine has to have himself an F tier, because that is just fucking sad. And that was the only Marvel Rivals tier list that truly matters. I know I said I wasn't gonna make any more tier lists, but I just had to. I mean, I literally announced that at the worst time possible. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all for too much longer. I love y'all. And oh yeah, don't forget to use code Noxylicious in the Fortnite item shop. Bye, bitches.